Hello, my strong friends. Today, I'm with the strongest woman in the world. So this is Kim Walford, 4-time, about to be 5-time in the matter of 2 weeks. By the time this airs, Kim will be a couple days out from IPF Worlds.
Well, I've been lifting for about 15 years now. I've competed in 63 kilo, which is 138, and 72 kilo class, which is 158. 4-time IPF Open World Champion, multiple-time Open World Records, as well as American, and I love our sport. That's pretty much it. It's simple.
One thing I definitely wanted to, and I talked to Mickey about this, and we were talking about longevity of the sport, because she had taken some time off because she did a small thing like graduating from Harvard. Yeah, I don't know why she would want to do that, but and talking about how you want to be a lifter for a long time.
Hell yeah.
And you don't want to get too invested in like PRing tomorrow or PRing right now, you know, or there's things that happen in life that may be more important than powerlifting. And I know one of the things we talked about was you took 2 years off from lifting completely. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about that and like what was going on, and was it just a personal thing? It was a personal thing. I just kind of felt like at the time I had done all I wanted to at the time. I was a little just feeling like I needed a break. And during that period, I continued to train. I just didn't compete. And then what actually happened is my coach, Gene Bell, he kept periodically checking on me. He's like, "Oh, you ready to come back?" I'm like, I just want to train. And eventually, just one day, he were talking again, and he's like, "So, you know, you have a meet coming up," and I was like, "You know what, Coach?" I was like, all right, I'm ready to come back," and I still thank him to this day for that. And it was my first Raw meet. This is when they started to introduce Raw. I think that was back in 2011 for me when I clicked on it, and it was from there, and it just took back off again. He made me remember why I love the sport so much, and I'm so thankful for him for sticking with me and checking in on me to make sure he pulled me back. So thank you, Coach. Love you.
Okay. Raw powerlifting saved your life.
Yeah. But I still love both. Well,
that was my question. My question was going to be both, because I saw in like the Rogue videos, they had the whole feature.
A knife to a gunfight.
Hell yeah. Like, come on now, that would be extremely cocky. I feel like I would never be that. I'm an extremely humble person, and like if I'm competing against a bunch of equipped lifters, and like I said, most likely I've been blessed with the gift of strength with my deadlift that I would most likely be able to finish top 2, maybe win, but why would I do that? I mean, I kind of feel like it's a little disrespectful to my competitors, so I'd rather put on a suit. Why not save my back a little too?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why if I'm gonna lift equipped, I'm gonna lift equipped, and I don't have no problem saying this. Anyone who knows me knows what you see is what you get. I love both sides of the sport, equipped and raw. They both have their positives and negatives. I support both sides. It's not because you guys are interviewing me, it's because this is how I feel, and I feel like both aspects can make you a stronger lifter overall.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, for people who say like, "Oh, you don't have to be strong to lift gear equipped,"
that's bullshit.
Right?
And I can tell you from lifting in equipment is that it's periods of getting used to the equipment. Just talking from the fact of wearing damn knee wraps, okay?
Oh my God.
Getting used to just the knee wraps alone. So I feel like usually when you hear people talking crap, it's usually because they really haven't given it a try. Because I feel like someone who truly respects both sides has tried both sides and knows. Like, it's different if you try both sides and said, no, I think I'd probably stick more raw. But it seems like from my experience, the majority of the people who talk crap about the other side haven't even tried it.
Yeah.
So you can't talk about it.
I feel like it's important for me especially because I've been powerlifting for like a little over 2 years. And one thing that I definitely wanted to do was like pay respect to equipped lifting and try to be more of a student of the sport. And I think people who make fun of equipped or like talk shit, they're not students of the sport, and they don't respect both sides, and they don't respect
or the history.
The history of raw powerlifting is like started with powerlifting, which was equipped.
Because everyone knows, like, you start with a raw cycle and then you build into equipment. That's what's going to make you stronger. Like, a good amount of the lifters I know, and even when I used to primarily train equipped, that's where you start. You have to build your core strength, because by the time you get to equipment, you're going to be even stronger because your body's already used to it. But everyone has their own opinion. That's just, let me get a disclaimer. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So it may be different from others.
I was watching when you were deadlifting and you were pulling sumo to one.
You're kind of alternating a little bit.
And then, yeah, you were alternating. Can you tell us about that and like what your thought process is in doing that?
Sometimes just to conserve like the energy, especially my back, I'll do alternating sets of sumo and conventional just to take a little bit more stress off the back and save my back for the heavier lifts on conventional style. So that's why I'll switch sometimes.
So I know you're sponsored by SBD. What's your relationship with them? I always see you at every meet I go to. It's like huge blow up cutouts of Kim like this, and then Ray Williams like this. We got Brett Gibbs looking super serious. So how long have you been with SBD and what have you been doing with them?
It's been a few years I've been with SBD. Benjamin Banks is the owner of SBD. He is an awesome sponsor. He's been with me for the last few years. He's more than just a sponsor, he's a friend. And he really takes care of his athletes. So I'm very proud to represent his brand. I also am sponsored by Concrete Supplements. I've known about Concrete for years. I've used their stuff for years. And one of the things I love about it is that I never have to worry about potentially having any issues with water, because I know that when it comes to them putting the ingredients in their supplements, it's not an issue. And just recently I just picked up Apeman Strong, so I'm super pumped about that, because I do look angry sometimes. So
yeah,
you get pretty fired up.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, tell us about, I know we were talking a little bit, you can tell, like, you have a clear process of, first of all, when you approach the bar, everything is exactly the same. Like, you're like, even your warm-ups, you're like super mentally focused, and everything, like your preparation looks exactly the same. Can you tell us about like what's on your mind before you approach the bar? And I know you were talking about some of the posters that you have hanging up. You think about certain people and certain people who be supporting you. Can you tell us about what you're thinking before you lift? Yeah.
I'm very much a person who's big on visualization, and like before even in training as well as competition, I'm always thinking God for the gift of strength. Like this is all happening in those milliseconds before you see me actually grab the bar. Thanking God for the gift of strength. I'm thinking about the fact I represent the IPF and the USAPL, my federations, but I'm pro powerlifting regardless, but I'm saying those are my federations. And I think about the fact of, like SBD Elite, my teams and my other sponsors, and then my friends and family. I feel like when you're getting under the bar, you need to be focused on the people that almost surround you, like this cloak of visibility, just strength, just protecting you, because I feel like they're a part of you when you're training and when you're competing. So that's why I lift that way. That's why I look so intense, because I'm thinking about all those things. And of course, I can't forget the haters. I'm thinking about the haters.
Hell yeah. When we were talking, because I told Kim, we were talking about this, because I was like, I really want to work on my mental game, especially in some of my warm-ups. I just take like 135, like, oh, okay, God, geez, I got to do this. Can you tell people one thing if they want to work on their mental game, what you taught me about the haters?
If all else fails and you can't think of something to get you fired up, think about people that you don't like or people who don't want you to succeed, the haters.
Your weak friends.
Your weak friends.
Exactly. So when you're going out there, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will, because who else do you want to see angry than the people who have no faith in your ability to be able to do something? So think about that. It's helped me many a times in training and in competition. Hell, I've gotten PRs off of it.
What does it say on your wall, right when you walk downstairs into your gym?
Do it because they say that you couldn't, so.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
I think Megan actually had her best meet at the Arnold, because she was approaching the bar and she was like, God, I hope I do well, or else Ryan's gonna make me sleep on the couch. But I think to take it to the next, that's good enough for maybe the Arnolds, but if you want to go to Worlds, you might need maybe it's a sponsor, that's what you need.
Like, he's gonna like make me move out of our house. It's gonna be real bad.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because it kind of ties back into what Megan was saying, but like in between sets, you're still chatting, you're kind of shooting the shit a little bit, hanging out, but you're able to like really turn it on and then focus. What kind of helps with that? Like what is able to, how do you turn the switch on that significantly? Like it's night and day, the difference between 5 minutes out from a set and 30 seconds out from a set.
I think you just realizing in that moment that you have to be serious. Like everything is focused on you hitting every single one of those reps or hitting that attempt. So you have to be able to focus, because you don't have another opportunity. Yeah. So you have to think about all those things before you get under the bar. And literally, like when I'm under the bar, and I feel like a lot of us, you don't see anything else but the bar.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're truly focused. You hear nothing, you see nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I do when I get under. So you have to tell yourself that.
And what do you feel like? What was it feeling like right after you hit your first world record?
I just
Because you have my favorite like celebration pics. I'm
Yeah.
sure Meg's gonna throw this crazy montage of
Yeah,
like
they're
all
so
of your
good.
epic shots.
it's just like yes, like I did it. It's like, you know, everything is focused into that one moment because you've worked so damn hard. Whether it's just a PR or world record, it's all the same because you waited for that moment. That's why we all train so hard to prove to yourself and everyone else that you can do this.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just, you know, jubilation because I've done it. I did what I said I was gonna do.
Which is crazy. You put in however many hours over months and months and years of preparation for what, 9 lifts?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Total of a few seconds under the bar.
And I feel like only the people in our world and our supporters can understand that. You know, so you hear a lot of people say it's a hobby. It's not a hobby. It's a way of life. I feel like it is, and I feel like a lot of people who think like me, a lot of people who are truly committed to the sport, not just powerlifting, any sport, think the same way because we have to commit ourselves. It's not a hobby, please.
It's not a hobby,
It's
Meg.
not a hobby. So how do you feel now? You're 14 days out. You're like less than 2 weeks out. How's training been going? Are you prepared? Like you're ranked to win your weight class. You're nominated to win your weight class is how they do it, right?
Yeah.
So like how does that pressure build up and how are you feeling? Like do you ever get nervous?
Hell yeah. I get nervous before every meet, and I feel like if you don't, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
But I think part of it is because you want to do well. You don't want to disappoint the people who support you. And same thing happens around this time. I just kind of like gotta just keep myself grounded and say, look, I've done all I can to prepare. Like literally, I'll probably repeat this to myself every day just to keep myself out of that mindset. Because if you don't, you know, fear will start seeping in, and you know, fear is created by the individual. So I have to do everything I can to stay away from it. So that's what I do. I just keep telling myself, I've done all I can. I've done all I can. Don't worry about anything else. Just stay calm, Kimberly, and don't get excited yet. Because that's the other thing that happens. Especially the closer you get, you start seeing social media posts.
Yep.
I'm arriving. I'm on my way. You know, I'm here. And it's like, you start getting pumped. Because it's like, damn it, I want to be there too. But you just got to stay grounded. And don't let yourself get too pumped. So, and that's what I do.
Shit.
She's amazing. If you don't follow Kim Walford on Instagram, she has a YouTube channel where you can see some lifts, right?
Yeah.
Go out, SBD. I love SBD. So support the brands that support athletes who lift in the IPF or any federation at all. I will be at IPF Worlds in Clean, and I'll be watching Kim Walford take it home for number 5. I'm so excited. No pressure at all, but don't disappoint me and my strong friend. You already know she's mentally tough. She doesn't give a shit about the pressure. She's just gonna show up and have an amazing meet.
In her house shoes.
Damn right. That's right. This is where it comes from.
That's the secret to strength.
Hell yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Do you have anything else to add or any tips for lifters who admire you? Because I know all of them do. And if people who are just learning about you now, I know they're gonna come over and be like, Kim Walford is my favorite lifter because that deadlift setup just gets me every time, and those inspirational photos. So do you have any tips for like either beginner or intermediate lifters who are looking to take the next step and really commit?
I would say that understand that in the sport, success isn't linear. You have to understand that you're going to have to work your ass off. It's going to be times when you're not going to have good days, and there'll be times when you have awesome days. Make sure you surround yourself with positive people who will inspire you and keep you motivated. Make sure you research your coach and not just see what's on the internet saying they're a great coach. Actually make sure that the credentials match up with what you see. And be careful about having the wrong influences around you. Like I said, you want to ensure that you have the right people around you to help you have longevity in the sport. And if anything else, more than anything else, believe in yourself. Like, no BS. I know it sounds like I'm speaking from like an advertisement, but it's the truth. You have to believe in yourself 100% to make anything happen. And thank you for all your support. And of course, gotta remember, thank you, sponsors! SPD, Apeman Strong, Concrete. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Did you take notes on that, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
You should.
This is like every so often, like taking a step back and figuring out what am I spending my time on and are the things that are most important. Because if we're not like the full